Hello everyone, welcome to today's show. My name is Spencer Walsh. We have a great show for you today. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We got a great one on today's show. We have a scumbag congressman, and we also have Micheal Avenatti, who is launching his pack to help candidates run and win in the Democratic Party. That's disgusting. Also, the National Enquirer, Michelle Beadle, Papa John's, and Kobe Bryant will all, maybe, depending on time, it's a lot of people, are going to be in today's show. We got a great show today, a lot of good news and music coming your way, so you're going to want to stay with us. It's the Spencer Walsh Show, live on a Friday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great one for you today, as always, and yeah, a lot of stuff to get to. Let's get the show started. Yeah, trust me, when we get to music, we're going to be playing that a lot more. We got to hype things up here, because we have an alert. Sound the air horn. Sound the air horn. We have some serious problems. Micheal Avenatti, and guys, this is a Edward R. Murrow, take the glasses off, report to you. Guys, I'm very sorry to say that Micheal Avenatti, an entirely unremarkable figure, save for his insatiable thirst for media coverage and the fact that he looked into what might be the case of the century, has launched his very own political action committee, which he travels while he travels the country trying to desperately make people believe he could possibly be a serious presidential candidate. He extremely very much isn't, despite having released an admittedly decent platform. We'll see what he has here on mind. Many people will believe me. Many people have asked me on my position on various issues. He says on Twitter, below is a summary of where I stand. This is not an exhaustive list, and he says more details are to follow. Most importantly, I didn't have to hire a pollster or political consultant to tell me what to say or believe. Okay, he's a very tuned-in man. He knows what's good. Jobs. He said we need an economic plan that delivers good quality jobs for American workers, not billions for the billionaires and wealthy corporations. Real wages have gone down under Trump. Costs are rising, and many American workers have not seen a raise in years. It's not enough just to lower the unemployment rate. Creating quality jobs is even more important than increasing the quantity of jobs. For too long, the Americans have not earned the pay, benefits, or stability they deserve. That's a good point. Talking about pay, talking about wages there. I like that. He's talking about, he says he supports a women's right to choose, full stop. Roe v. Wade never overturned. Restore full federal funding to Planned Parenthood. College affordability. Let's see. He says he just needs to make college affordable. No free college plan. But he does have, I'll give a lot of credit, Medicare for all, a basic Medicare plan for all Americans that covers everyone. So, I mean, he's kind of like Medicare for all halfway. He doesn't want to go the full, it doesn't seem like he wants the full Medicare, but just not, he's all right on Medicare. He's all right on health. We need immigration policy that secures our borders, which he's for DACA, and that is some of the main things. He says paid family leave. He support that. He says they fully back unions. Money in politics. We need to pass meaningful campaign finance reform. If I choose to run for office, I will not take any it's not much of a decision anymore that we are pretending that you have not made already. He's going to run for office. There's no doubt about that. I believe all candidates for president in 2020 should refund all corporate PAC money they've received since January 1st, 2016, if they're insincere about campaign finance reform. Otherwise, it's all talk to deceive voters. Marijuana, decriminalize marijuana at the federal level. He's for that. He is for background checks, bans on assault weapons, and bump stocks. He also supports gun manufacturers to be held in the same civil liability standards as other product manufacturers in the United States. Pretty good. All right. And then he's very, for calling out Russia as a threat to democracy, which makes sense because he's Stormy Daniels' lawyer, as we make past as we move past that. So, I mean, it's not an awful platform. But the thing is, he's definitely going to run for office. But here's the thing. He's not likable. He doesn't have a record of... Because you can have the positions, but he doesn't have a likable record whatsoever, and he's only going to get in the way of progressive candidates and siphon off the MSNBC vote, which could be very up for grabs if we don't have any strong people, and we do need the MSNBC vote for real progressive to get in the Democratic nomination. It's a big problem. So I mean, if he's sincere about this platform, it's not bad, because he says he wants to correct the campaign finance Citizens United decision. Very disturbing. He says he's going to actually make a move here to get rid of... He wants to get rid of all money in politics, but he makes a PAC. What are you saying? Why? That's like saying I'm against Nazis, but then putting up a swastika in your yard. Which of the two sides are you on here? It does not make any sense, which is very strange. Avenatti promised his newly created committee will take no corporate donations, and will be issuing the first round of endorsements in the next few weeks. He's calling it also Fight PACs. He's calling it Fight PAC, which is enough to inspire 2016 DNC flashback fever dreams. Only instead of Hillary Clinton glibly waving over Rachel Platten's nauseatingly overplayed fight song, Avenatti pumping his fist as the crowd bobs its head. This is my fight PAC. Take back my life PAC. Actually, I may have misspoke there. It does look like he's actually not as bad. Not as bad on this issue, because he says he is going to take no corporate donations. But are you getting the donations? Are you getting the donations from rich people? Minimum donation amount? Average donations are $27 and that kind of thing? I just don't like the ideas of PACs. I know that there's some good PACs. Justice Democrats is a PAC, and I support that. But here's the thing. I don't know if this guy is A, sincere, and B, sincere. The big question is he sincere? Because you never know. The main reason why this guy should not run and clear the field for people who have the same, if not better, positions on the issues is because this guy, people like Bernie Sanders, people like Elizabeth Warren, they have a record of fighting for these positions. All you have is all Micheal Avenatti has is just being a porn star's lawyer. This is it. So people don't like him. People aren't going to vote for him. And the only people, the 2 million people who see him, 2 million, some odd people, maybe less, who see him on Lawrence O'Donnell literally every night, and MSNBC literally every night. Those are the only people who are going to support him or provide any kind of backing to him in any way. Those are the only people like him. People who people trust, people like AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who don't really know the American public yet, or people like Bernie Sanders, who really know the American public and have had a strong record, an impeccable record of fighting for progressive values. They have that. If they have that record, then that's something that should be encouraged, and then they should run. But I mean, he just has to do a little bit more. And the thing is, people, especially people who know where the political wind is going and are not idiots, like Micheal Avenatti is, they know where the wind is going. They know that the progressives have all the power right now in the Democratic Party. They have supporters. They have the people. They have the people behind them. They have the candidates behind them, and they have the base of the Democratic Party behind them. So why not make your platform a mirror image of Bernie Sanders? Why not make a platform pretty much the same as Elizabeth Warren? Literally the exact same as Elizabeth Warren. Why not? Except for free college, which to me raised a little bit of eyebrows. And who knows if you're really sincere? We don't know. And that's why I prefer people who have an established record of fighting for these issues. or people who don't have any like past, like he just gives me the creeps is what I'm trying to say here. All right, we're going to turn tides to someone who really is disgusting. Indicted vaping congressman Duncan Hunter. He's a California Republican congressman and documented vape enthusiast. Duncan Hunter. He brought a vape while legislating. And here is the video of it, and I think we can play it. Like, this is Duncan Hunter, who just recently did some pretty corrupt things. Probably one of the most. Just got exposed as being quite incredibly corrupt. Here he is in Congress, taking a puff. If you know what I'm saying. There's a vine of it. He blew it. He blew a dank cloud, bro. Yeah. And we will try and get it into play. It's not working. So this is from Gawker, which is shut down, and Vine, which is also shut down, which is a little bit disappointing. So I don't know. He said he boldly proclaimed his love of vaping. He says, which is very funny. What do you want to do? Is he brought all of this knowledge to bear in a letter sent to Monday to the House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, who is like anti-vapor or something, which makes more sense. He says, "Yes, I vape, as do millions of other Americans." Hunter wrote apparently in a letter to Pelosi. It is because it prevents me from smoking the real thing. E-cigarettes are a suitable alternative to cigarettes, and they could very well save my life, as well as lives of other Americans who are making their best effort to quit cigarettes. So, that can help. So stay off cigarettes, Congressman Duncan Hunter, and please stay away from Congress, if you will. All right. So yeah, he spoke. This vaping congressman. Spoke with Martha McCallum, a sweaty, stammering Hunter who had been accused of wildly misusing campaign funds for personal purchase, including a $600 airplane ticket for a pet rabbit, repeatedly feigned innocence, saying over and over again the charges against him were politically motivated, also implying he was being framed. He says, what I've seen that they've done is to edit some of these text messages and make them look different than they are. He says, I can't pull down text messages from 5 years ago. If anyone did anything wrong, he stressed it was definitely his wife, Margaret, not him. He says, when I went away in Iraq in 2003, you went to Iraq, congratulations. I gave her the power of attorney. She handled my finances throughout my entire military career and continued when I got onto Congress. Hunter shamelessly told McCallum. Let's take a listen.
No, and in fact, the things that you were mentioning there were fundraisers. The trip to Pittsburgh, that was a fundraiser. That's how we campaign and try to raise money, is by traveling, having dinners, meeting people, and raising more money. That's how people get to hear me and hear what I have to say, then donate money. That's so those things that you mentioned. Number one, a couple of those things. My campaign did make mistakes. There was money spent on things, not by me, but by the campaign, and I paid that back before my last election. I paid back $60,000 after I did an objective audit. This is pure politics, and the prosecutors can make an indictment read like a scandalous novel if they want to. They've had a year and a half to do this. There's no way for me now to go out and be able to talk to my people or get this done in court before my election. They've had this for a long time. This is a late hit. My prosecutor and the acting U.S. attorney that issued the court orders to search my house and my office, they had just attended a Hillary Clinton fundraiser with another U.S. attorney out of here in San Diego.
Okay, so pretty much what he's saying is there's politically motivated, and that's his charge there. And now he's saying on charges of misusing campaign funds. This is him on that as well.
I don't know what, I don't remember that, but I would never do that. I've never used any money, any campaign money to do anything, to buy myself anything, then slough it off for anybody else. I've never done that, Martha. And what they've done, what I've seen that they've done too, is edit some of these text messages and make them look different than they are. I can't pull down text messages from 5 years ago, but no, I would never do that. And just because somebody texted me that doesn't mean that I had anything to do with anything that happened after that or did that.
Yeah, so there he is defending his honor, his good name.